Are we in business now?
Yep, we're in business.
Now we're in business. This is a business now.
Yes, it's a business. We better make some deals.
I got to tell you something. For a business, this podcast is doing horribly. This is a terrible business.
Well, I mean, it depends. What's the business supposed to do?
Let's talk about it when we actually start the podcast. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
When you said Greg just then, it was ambiguous, actually, whether it was Greg or Craig. You just said it.
Well, I'm going to leave that for the listeners to decide.
My name is
Wow. I don't know how you did that with your voice, but you managed to just cut out completely. That was fantastic.
Oh, good.
Well,
good.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to you are listening to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce, the number 35 comedy podcast of Romania.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really high. That seems high.
I mean, there are only 34 more popular comedy podcasts in Romania right now. Romanians right now are listening to us going, hey, Greg Benson's talking about us. I wish Craig Benzing would say something about us, but then you don't. You don't ever say anything about Romania. Look, I'm going to give you a chance right now, and then you're not going to say anything. Go ahead.
Who?
Yeah, look at that. See? Nothing. That's not helpful. I just want to say Romanians are my favorite people in the world. In addition to all the other people.
I like countries as well.
Oh my God, countries are the best.
Yeah.
You ever traveled, Craig?
Yes. Like, are we talking like time travel? Or are we talking?
Yeah. Obviously, time travel is what we're talking about. Yeah. Have you ever time traveled?
No. I mean, I'm always time traveling into the future.
Of course you are. You're always time traveling into the future at real time. And I am too. And I got to tell you something. I've enjoyed time travel. I have traveled over 54 years into the future. Very slowly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've traveled 42 years into the future at a medium pace.
It is just great that we can be friends with this age difference, because when I was 13, I doubt you and I would have been such close friends.
No. I wouldn't have existed. So
No. You would have been 1. You didn't do the math very well. 54 minus 42 is 12.
Yeah,
and then I said
but
13
1 is
and
basic.
you were. Yeah, I know you existed. You existed at 1.
But basically not.
Are you saying
don't exist.
Toddlers don't exist?
They can't vote. They can't drive.
Wow. All right. Well, now we have a title for this episode. Toddlers don't exist. That is amazing, Craig, that you came up with that. Listen, that's one of those things people are constantly searching for. Do toddlers exist? So this episode is going to get a lot of listeners.
Well, just listen, Greg. Like, wait, toddlers. Do something interesting and maybe you exist, okay? Do something useful. Start pulling your weight.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I will acknowledge you.
Why don't toddlers, speaking of pulling their weight, why don't they carry around really heavy things like ants do? I mean, ants are way smaller than toddlers, and they can carry, 300 times their weight? I believe it's 300 or 3,000 times their weight.
That's a very big difference in numbers.
It's either 300, or 3,000.
I think it's like 50 times their weight.
Or it's 50. Like it's one of those. It's definitely one of those for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Well, I mean, it could be a different one.
It could also be a different number. That's exactly this is why people listen. They listen to our podcast for all the facts.
Yeah. Now listen, Greg.
Yeah.
Babies, they can't carry 50 times their weight. But
how much can they carry?
But can baby ants carry 50 times their weight?
Baby ants don't exist. Have you ever seen one? No. That means they don't exist.
Just like toddlers. Just like 1-year-olds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you brought it all around. So you asked me before, and I'll get back to this. What exactly is a business? What does a business do?
I think business makes money. That's pretty much.
I disagree because I feel like our podcast is a business, and you and I are. I guess we are making money because we do have a Patreon, and I believe we're pulling in about $40 or $45 a month off that Patreon, which anybody would be envious of.
Anybody?
Anybody.
I think they're. I think there is definitely many people who make more than that on Patreon.
I don't know.
Why would they be envious? Would it be weird to be envious of people who make less than you on Patreon? Wouldn't
Well,
that be
listen,
weird?
I bet there's been a lot of talk lately about this Elon Musk character. This guy who invented the scent of musk.
Yeah.
And he's made a lot of money from that scent. And now he owns, I don't know, MySpace or so. He bought something like that. And I don't really keep up with the news.
MySpace is basically defunct.
Yeah.
But
Bring in defunct is what I say. Bring in defunct, bring in denoise.
Yeah. I got to be careful and not say interesting words around you so that you take them in a different direction.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But anyway, but there's been a lot of talk about him, and I bet that speaking of having more money but being envious of people who have less, I have a feeling that Elon Musk, even though he has all that money, money doesn't buy you happiness. So I think he's probably envious of people who have things that he doesn't have, like happiness and a family and friends and
I think he
people
has
who
several
like
families.
him. Yeah, but I think the people who like you and not just because you have money, that's a big deal. I think. Did you see that somebody just won the Powerball or whatever it's called? They won the lottery for $2 billion, and if they decide to take it all at once, they can cash it out for $997 million. Do you know if you did that, first of all, everyone that you have ever known will be like sending you a message, calling you up, dropping by, just say, hey, congratulations. By the way, my son's in school, and boy, he can't really afford his books, and man, if you had just like an extra 10,000 would really help.
Yeah.
That's what would happen. And all of a sudden you wouldn't have any real friends anymore. You just have people coming around going like, hey, you got 997 million. You could give me one of those and you wouldn't even feel it.
They could want your money and still be your friend.
I don't know about that. I think your true friends, like even if you offered your true friends $1 million, your true friends would say, no thanks. I enjoy being homeless.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm a true friend. I'm going to continue to suffer to prove my friendship.
To prove my friendship. That's what a true friend does.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, look, right now you are a prime example of that because you said that China tested positive for COVID this morning and you don't feel so hot yourself. So you think you might have COVID. And yet
that's true.
You're powering through and you're recording this episode before the COVID sets in because you're a true friend.
Yeah, but you don't. But there's no money on the table here. Like you're not giving me any money for.
I beg your pardon. Look what's right here on my table. I got a quarter. I got a nickel. I got a penny. That's 31 cents.
Why do you have change on your table?
Well, sometimes it's time for change.
Right.
I heard somebody say it's time for change, and because of the recent elections.
Okay, say you had $1 billion.
Okay, I had $1 billion,
and I came on here to do this podcast.
Am I supposed to say that part too? I don't know if I'm supposed to repeat that or just listen to you.
We're just talking. There's no script here, Greg. There's no supposed to.
Well, you said say I had $1 billion, and then I said it.
That's
you're sending mixed signals.
It's just an expression.
Okay.
It's just an expression.
Okay. Go ahead with your expression.
Okay. And hypothetically, you have $1 billion.
Okay.
And I show up, and I show up because I want to do this podcast.
Right.
But I could also say, hey, could I borrow $1 million? And that would have nothing to do with me still wanting to do this podcast.
Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying you can want money from your rich friends and still be a good friend.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If I had $1 billion and you said to me, hey, I could really use $1 million, could I borrow $1 million? Then what I would do is I would write you a check for $1 million and I would say, here you go, but it's not a loan. It's a gift. That's the kind of billionaire I am.
Great.
Even though by giving you that $1 million, I would no longer be a billionaire. Then I would only have $999 million.
Yeah, but if you invest it properly, that would turn into $1 billion pretty quickly.
I know, but I'm really bad at investments. Do you know that when Facebook became available as stock, I actually I put $5,000 into Facebook stock. I'm like, you know what? I think this is going to do really well. And I put it in. And then it went up. It went up like more than 10 times its value. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to let it ride. And then it started to fall recently, like in the past year. And I'm like, you know what? It'll go back up. And now it's just fallen down close to what I paid for it.
Yeah, that's why you got to diversify your investments.
I'm just no good at investing. I just figure like you put money into something and you leave it there until you die. That's my investment
Oh,
strategy.
okay. So you don't ever use the money. You just
Well, no, you just put it in there and you just leave it there and then you die. And then maybe my grandchildren or great grandchildren might one day just discover, like, oh my God, we own $16 billion worth of Facebook stock. I mean, that's possible.
yeah.
Great
I mean,
grandchildren, all these years. Wouldn't that be a nice
sure.
surprise for them?
That would be great. And then what would they do? Leave it in there until they die?
Yeah, they'd leave it there. And then maybe their great grandchildren would be like, oh my God, we have $1 trillion worth of Facebook stock. And then
Yeah.
they'd be like, what is Facebook?
Yeah. It'd be weird if it was worth that much and they don't know what it is.
And also, so many years would have passed that $1 trillion might buy you like 6 loaves of bread.
Wow.
Inflation is a bitch.
Yeah. I feel like if it got that far, we would change the numbers so that we wouldn't have to deal with the trillions.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I don't know. Did they do that in Mexico? Because all of a sudden, like, if you wanted to buy, if you wanted to buy, say, a Pepsi in Mexico, and a lot of people want to buy a Pepsi in Mexico, but if you want to buy a Pepsi in Mexico, it might cost you like 300,000 pesos. I don't really know exactly. I don't know what I don't know what. I just know it's a lot of pesos that it would cost you.
Okay. Sure. So if anyone wants to learn about monetary policy and how money works, listen to two guys talking about lettuce.
Yeah, we're really good at it. How are you feeling, by the way? Are you getting sick? What are you feeling?
I feel like I might be. I got some very slight throat business, and I'm a slight headache, but that only began when I started talking to you. So,
that's common. Well, yeah, because Kim talked to me all day yesterday, and now Kim is sick. So your wife is sick, and my wife is also sick. But here's the weird thing. Yesterday we got.
I was trying to imply that you give me a headache, right?
Yes, I know. I understand that, and it's common. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying it's common. Okay. My wife has it also.
Okay. All right.
No, listen. I got it. I understood what you said. What did you mean by that, though? Okay. No. So anyway, yesterday we got our bivalent COVID boosters. I think she was already starting to feel a throat thing yesterday before we got it. Maybe she shouldn't have gotten it. And she got the booster, and this is the first Moderna booster that she got because all the other ones were Pfizer. And this morning she woke up and she's just zonked. She's really not feeling good today.
I've heard. Well, I only got the Modernas when I got my vaccines, and I heard that one's worse.
Yeah, I think so too. I got one of those. I've been going back and forth between them because they say it's good to go back and forth because then your body just gets all sorts of extra goodness. So anyway, people don't tune in to hear us talk about booster shots. I don't know why you brought it up.
What do they want us to talk about?
Lettuce, obviously. Can I just vent for a second because I'm actually pretty upset about something.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty upset. I just washed the sheets yesterday, and you know that expression, put the sheets on your pizza? Well, I did that, and all the sauce and the cheese and the oil from the pepperoni, I mean, it ruined the sheets.
I've never heard that expression.
No, it's a common expression. It's an Italian expression. Hey, put the sheets on your pizza. And I did, and
if it were an expression, maybe it is.
It is.
I don't think it means literally put bed sheets on your pizza.
You're supposed to wash the sheets first because you don't want to put dirty sheets on pizza because then you ruin the pizza.
Well, clean or dirty, I don't think you should put bed sheets on your pizza.
Well, regardless, I did it. I mean, I'm not making this. What do you think? I'm making this up? I'm not making it up, Craig. I did it, and now my sheets are ruined. Do you think all that pepperoni oil is going to come out of the sheets?
I think if you just put it in the laundry, it'll probably be okay.
No. I put it in again, and it's set.
Yeah. Oh,
it's set. It now. They are stained. It looks They look horrible. They look horrible.
Stained bed sheets, that's not the end of the world. You just
it is sheets. Because I was going to use it to dress up as a ghost. I was going to do it actually on this episode. I was going to dress up as a ghost, put the bed sheet on. It was going to be it was going to be so special. But now they just have pepperoni oil stains all over them. And it's ruined.
Greg, yeah. Okay, yes, you missed the opportunity to dress up as a ghost for this episode.
Yeah,
but a few things. You could dress up as a ghost. You could just get new sheets, dress up as a ghost in a different episode. Also, this is a podcast, and most of the people are listening and not watching, so it doesn't really matter what you do visually for this conversation.
Doesn't it?
Well, it matters a little. There's a percentage of it mattering.
Also, I feel like when people
Yeah.
listen, they can tell how I'm dressed. Like right now, I bet they
Yeah.
know how I'm dressed. They're probably
Yeah.
listening, going like, "Oh, it sounds like he's wearing a really wrinkled brown T-shirt."
Yeah.
It's super
I
wrinkled.
mean, yeah. I mean, actually, that is probably the number one assumption.
I bet people are
What
like,
do you,
"Oh,
do you think
oh,
they know how I'm dressed? Do you think
oh,
they,
absolutely, yeah." They're like, "Oh, he's got a robe on over his clothes." I bet they're thinking that.
yeah.
You're trying to keep yourself warm in your
Yes.
basement. It's probably like 56 degrees in your basement, something like that, right now.
I don't know. I used to have a little temperature reader, but I don't right now.
Oh, don't insult your temperature reader. Let's say it's a big
Why is that an
temperature reader.
insult? Just saying I
Because
don't.
you're insulting its size. You're being seismatic.
Oh.
They say so. Don't be
Oh, by
seismatic.
calling it little?
Yeah, you're being
Oh.
seismatic. Don't be that. Just
Seismatic?
yeah. That's when you judge a thermometer by its size. It's called you're being seismatic.
I think if it were a thing, it would be called sizist.
Yeah,
I would assume.
you're doing that
Or-
also, and
Okay.
stop it. You need to stop it
Okay, matic. Why would you use the suffix matic for that? I just don't. I don't
because
understand.
that's what it's called. Craig, listen. You're getting COVID.
Yeah.
You're not thinking clearly. When you get COVID, your
Okay.
brain gets all messed up. You're getting that.
It feels like it is getting a little messed up.
Yeah, you're getting that COVID
I don't know
brain
if I
fog.
have COVID. I did test negative, but
Well, yeah, but it's still early. It's
still early.
You'll
I do
test
feel
again
like
in
it-
another day or two.
I feel like it's coming. So
How's China feeling?
she is more stuffed up than me. She said she felt really crappy when she woke up, but she feels a little better now. So
Hopefully, it'll be like when I got it. It'll last like a couple of days, and then she'll be mostly fine. It'll take a couple weeks to really completely get out of her system. But really, the first 2 days were just unpleasant. And your daughter, does she
Yeah.
have it?
she's been sick, but last time we tested her, she didn't have it. She could have possibly had it. I don't
Okay.
know.
Man, it's just sometimes it's just your turn, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, you've gone a long time without getting it.
We did just take a trip to Chicago.
Well,
We
there you
took a
go. I mean,
little-
Chicago.
yeah.
Listen, and Chicago, the COVID is free. They give you free COVID whenever you go to Chicago. So
Yeah, I know. We probably shouldn't have taken it, but it's free, and so we're penny pinchers, as
Did
as
you
they say.
did
So,
you eat some of that deep dish COVID when you were there? Because they have that deep dish COVID.
No, we did not eat the deep dish COVID.
Oh,
We
well,
went with
I
pizza
thought that that's
instead.
maybe how you got it.
No, we went with pizza instead.
Oh, okay,
But
that's
we
prob-
actually didn't eat deep dish pizza while we were there.
You
either, now that I
didn't?
think about it. No,
well they make it there. They're famous for it.
they do. They do have deep dish. Yes.
Let me ask you: was it windy when you went to Chicago? Because it's the windy city.
It was very windy.
Yeah,
But it actually was like one of the windiest days of my life while we were there.
Yeah.
For real.
it does get windy there, but that's not why they call it the Windy City.
No, it is not why they call it the Windy City.
They call it
gets-
because it was founded by a woman named
yes,
Wendy Jimson back
Yeah.
in 1947. And
Wendy Jimson.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's why they call it the Windy City. It's
1947. The city was
1947.
founded.
Yeah.
The city had been around for several decades.
I know,
before-
but nobody had founded
But-
it before then.
no,
They were
forgot
looking
to.
for it, and then finally she founded it.
Yeah, she did.
goes,
She
here
found
it is.
Yeah.
I founded
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
This is good stuff. I'm glad we're
this-
talking about this.
I'm going to say it again about Chicago that people, especially people from California, don't believe.
What's that?
But it is like the best Mexican food is in Chicago. It's really, really good.
Nope. There is
I mean,
no,
I've had great Mexican food in LA as well, but
Yeah.
it's great in Chicago.
I mean, and you lived in Austin, Texas. You got to
Also great there.
You got to. So you're saying even after living in Austin, Texas, you're saying the Mexican food in Chicago is as good as in Austin, Texas?
It depends on where you get it, but yes, like
okay.
there's
All right.
there's a taco stand in Austin that's my favorite. It's called El Primo. The guy who owns it from Chicago.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever
And-
think it's possible that you just don't understand what good Mexican food is?
No, I'm pretty sure I do understand. I get it.
Do you know what Chicago is also famous for? Is the Philly cheesesteak. That's why it's called that, because it's from Chicago. So
Wait,
did
why?
you-
Wait.
What?
Let's unpack this a little bit.
Okay,
Why
great.
do you think it's called the Philly cheesesteak?
Because it's from Chicago.
Wait. Connect the two. Why? Is-
Because have you ever had some of that Philadelphia cream cheese? Well,
Mhm.
Philly is short for Philadelphia, and they're both from Chicago. So that's why.
No, that doesn't. Again, you're making logical leaps here without connecting anything.
Did you ever see the movie Rocky?
I did.
Remember when he runs up those Chicago steps, the famous Chicago steps, and he's like, "I'm the winner." I think he says, "I'm the winner," and he puts his fists up. He says, "Damn you, Lord!" and he says, "I'm the winner," like that.
No. So he's trying to beat God. Is that what's happening in Rocky?
Yeah, he runs up the Chicago steps. He beat God. God was like halfway up, going.
Yeah. Oh, God was running.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, God. He was racing God. And listen, I don't mean to offend anybody.
What a jerk! If he beat God in the race, he's like, "Damn you, God."
No, he didn't say "damn you."
Oh, what did he say?
I don't remember it. Listen, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I just remember I saw it when I went to Chicago, and it was that's just one of those great.
If you beat someone in a race, don't damn them.
No, that's true.
Saying. Okay,
yeah.
But also, Philadelphia is a city, and
I know I know why Philadelphia is a city, because that is where there's a Broadway play called Chicago that is based in Philadelphia. It's all about the city of Philadelphia.
Okay, I feel like you have Philadelphia Chicago blindness. I think that's what's going on here.
Peter Cetera used to be the lead singer for a band that was based in Philadelphia.
Okay. What was the name of the band?
Chicago.
Okay, sure. Oh, great. Have you ever been to Philadelphia? For real?
I have been to Philadelphia. Well, I remember the first time that I went to Pennsylvania, we were going to go to Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Yeah. And listen, I'm about to offend people from Philadelphia. Here it comes.
I think we may have talked about. I think we talked about this in person. We may have talked about it on the podcast already.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember anything.
Okay.
I don't even know your name. Anyway,
okay.
So when I went to Pennsylvania, I thought that Pittsburgh was going to be just sort of this ugly town full of steel mills and shit, and like literal shit. And then I thought Philadelphia is going to be like this amazing, cool, clean place with all this amazing American history, beautiful, with green lawns. And turns out it was the opposite. Pittsburgh is an absolutely, I don't use the term darling very often. It was a darling town.
That's the first time I think I've heard you say darling. So,
it was darling. Yeah.
You know what?
Huh.
But then how do you feel about Philadelphia?
Listen, I don't want to offend anybody from Philadelphia, but your city is a piece of shit from my asshole.
Wow.
It's a horrible, horrible place.
Okay. All right. Listen, I really agree with you about Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I really agree with you. No. Philadelphia is good. But it matches my expectations. Pittsburgh exceeds my expectations. Pittsburgh is amazing. I love Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is lovely.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh's very nice. No, listen, I won't say. Listen,
you were expecting green lawns. You're going to a major East Coast city, and you expect a bunch of green lawns.
I was excited to see like a lot of the American history they had there, like Monticello and the Lincoln Memorial and all that stuff. And all they had was a big bell, and it wasn't even it had a big crack in it. And then whoever tried to repair it did a shitty job.
Sure.
And I don't know if you've ever gone to see it's called the Libertarian Bell. I don't know if you've ever gone to see it.
Yes, I have.
But it's like in the middle of like a street, and it's just surrounded by plexiglass, and it's just you can't even ring it. And it's like
it's called the Liberty Bell. It's not the Libertarian Bell. It's the Liberty.
Well,
Bell.
you can call it whatever nickname you want. You can shorten it if you like. That's fine.
I could, you can call it whatever you want, but it is widely agreed to be called the Liberty Bell.
Well, I don't agree to that. I never agreed to that. They never came to me and said, "Would you agree to call it this silly name?"
Well, did you agree to call a chair a chair? Did you agree to call a table a table? Did you need to?
Some chairs and some tables, but others have different names.
Wait, so there are certain tables and chairs that someone came to you for approval to call it a chair or a table?
They're like, well, like, what do you think of this table? I'm like, that looks more like a Theodore to me. That looks like Theodore Williamson.
Did they? So then they, from that point on, just called it Theodore Williamson?
That's correct. Yeah.
Wow. Please come eat at our dinner, Theodore Williamson.
We're having to. Hey, kids, food is on the Theodore Williamson. Come on in. Your macaroni and cheese is on the Theodore Williamson.
Is our bonus talking coming up? Do we need to Theodore Williamson this discussion?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time for it.
Okay. All right.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And we're back. That's the end of the Patreon-only section. Boy, did we reveal some secrets.
Yeah. Can you want to say them?
Yeah, you go ahead.
No. I want to see what you say first.
Yeah, you too. Go ahead.
Okay. Sometimes when no one's looking, I pick my nose.
Oh, man. And you know what's weird? No one else does that.
No.
You are literally the only person who does it. Now, when you say you pick your nose, what you use, like an ice pick? Or is there like a special nose pick that you use?
No. Do you do that?
I use an ice pick.
An ice pick?
Yeah.
I don't think I even own an ice pick.
Oh, no. It's great. If you got something in your nose, what you do, you take an ice pick, shove it all the way up. The way up.
All right.
Bam, bam.
Oh, bam. Really?
Yeah, it makes a bam sound.
Oh my God.
When it hits the brain, it sounds like bam, bam.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, don't do that, folks. Do not shove an ice pick in your nose. If anyone does that and then they're like, ow, it hurt my brain, I'm going to sue. Well, you know what? I just told you not to do it, and it might hurt your brain, so don't do it.
So you don't want them to do it because you're afraid they'll sue. That's the only reason?
Honestly, I don't want them to do it because it's one of the stipulations of our sponsor this week. They say don't encourage people to shove an ice pick in their nose, or else we will not sponsor you.
Okay.
Speaking of sponsorships, this episode is sponsored by Icy Chicken Whiskey. There's a whole dead chicken in every bottle of Icy Chicken Whiskey. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Okay. Icy? Why?
Icy.
Like that?
Yeah,
like
well, you have to put it in the freezer to make it icy. I don't think it comes from the store icy, but you take it home, you put it in the freezer, and it gets icy.
Okay.
Yeah, the chicken inside the whiskey freezes, and I think that keeps the whiskey cold. The whiskey doesn't freeze, but the chicken inside freezes.
Oh, that's why they have a dead chicken.
That's why they put a whole chicken in there. Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say this: you should not drink that whiskey because, first of all, once they shove the chicken in the bottle, there's very little room for whiskey. There's very, very little whiskey in there, and also it's contaminated because that chicken was not cooked. They just killed a chicken and shoved it in there. I don't know how they get it in there. It's like the ship in the bottle thing. How do they get that ship in the bottle? Nobody knows.
Do you think the alcohol and the freezing process kills any sort of pathogens?
Absolutely not. No, I think that is a hazardous thing to drink, and I recommend that everyone, if you buy that product, just put it up on your shelf. Don't even bother freezing it. Just put it on your shelf as a conversation piece. But do not drink it.
Is this still talking points?
No. I'm just saying. I just want to warn our listeners: if you buy Icy Chicken Whiskey, don't drink that whiskey because that is hazardous.
Now, why would we have them as a sponsor if we're so concerned about people drinking it?
Because they paid us $10 trillion.
Oh my God!
I know.
10 trillion?
I know. We're the first trillionaires
by a lot. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
We can command all the armies of the earth with that money.
And I'm thinking of doing that. I'm thinking next week I'm going to command all the armies of the earth.
Okay. And to do what?
Dance. Dance, armies, dance.
That would probably make the world a better place.
If all the armies of the earth just danced?
Yeah.
And I'll like have a gun in each hand, like an old pistol, and I'll be firing it at their feet. Dance, armies!
Okay.
Dance! Pow, 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 pow! Dance!
Well, I mean, that might make the world situation slightly better than what we have.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could turn at any moment with you with that much power. I feel like that would be a problem.
I don't know. I think I'd handle it well. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you become the world's first trillionaire and you have $10 trillion, you bet all your friends are going to be calling going, can I just have $1 billion? That's all I want is one. Like, you won't even feel it. You could give away $500 billion and you still will not feel it. You'll still be able to afford like the nicest apartment in Boise.
So then why not give your friends that much?
I don't know. I don't like people asking for stuff. I don't like when people ask for stuff. I'll give you stuff, just don't ask for it.
Okay. I mean, you do sound like a true trillionaire to me. You really do.
Here's the deal. When I become a trillionaire and I'm worth 10 trillion, I promise to give everybody something. You know, I don't know if it's going to be like everybody's going to get $1 billion or if everybody's going to get like a fun-sized Snickers bar or something.
I don't think it's enough to give everyone $1 billion.
But it's enough to give everybody in the whole world a fun-sized Snickers. You know, especially if you buy them in bulk at Costco. You buy them in bags. You know.
Yeah.
Ship them out. You know what? I'm going to save on shipping. I'm going to tell people everybody gets a free fun-sized Snickers, but they have to come over to my apartment in Boise to pick them up.
Oh, you're going to live in Boise?
Yeah, I'm going to get like the nicest apartment in Boise. It's going to be like a 2-bedroom.
Now, why choose Boise? It's pronounced Boise, by the way.
It's pronounced Boise?
It is.
No one says Boise. Boise?
People in Boise do. I learned that when my band was on tour.
So it's pronounced Boise, Idaho?
No, not Idaho. Idaho, as far as I know.
Boise.
Yeah.
I have listen. I'm 154 years old, and I have never heard that. I've never heard Boise before.
Where did that 100 years come from? You're 100 years older than you said before.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, how some days it's like opposite day. Today's add 100 to every number day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not $10 trillion we got paid. It's
really
9 trillion.
It's 100 less than that. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. What would the number be? Go ahead.
9,999,999,000,800 or 900. Yeah.
$900.
Yeah, dollars. Yeah.
Man, you're good with numbers. You're really good.
I'm pretty good at saying them. Yeah.
Oh man, you're good at saying a lot of things. That's why people listen to this podcast. They're like, "What's Craig going to say next?"
You think? I feel like you're the one who's a little more unhinged. I think
unhinged. I take offense to that. I am totally hinged.
Okay. All right.
See, listen how hinged I was. See, I didn't go off on a rant or a tangent.
Wow, that's true.
I know. How are you feeling now? Have you become sicker as we've been talking for the past 36 minutes?
I don't think so. I think this conversation has taken my mind off of the pain I'm feeling and brought it in a new kind of mental pain.
A new kind of mental pain?
Talking to you, Greg.
Oh, man. I feel honored that you have referred to me as a new kind of mental pain. I think that's really nice.
Greg, I'm only kidding. I kid.
I know you do. It's all good. It's all good. Is this the part where we've run out of things to say?
No. I feel like I should acknowledge. Did you hear about the Liz Truss iceberg lettuce?
No.
Do you know Liz Truss? She just...
She's the one who started that trust fund?
Yeah. She started a trust fund, but she also was Prime Minister of England for like a week.
Oh, yeah. You know, and let me tell you something. That is plenty of time to be Prime Minister. You don't want to be Prime Minister longer than that.
No. Why, have you tried?
One time I was Prime Minister of England for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I feel like I've overstayed my welcome. This is too long.
What did you do while you were Prime Minister?
I just took one of those double-decker buses, tour around London.
Okay.
I saw
Big Ben. Went to England. You weren't Prime Minister.
I did go to England, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I was Prime Minister for that 2 weeks.
No, it sounds like you were just touring. You were just a tourist.
Tourist. That's what I meant to say. I was a tourist for 2 weeks in London, in England. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's right. And I did see other places in England also. I saw Wales. That's a beautiful place in England. Wales is a beautiful country in England.
No. England is a country and Wales is a country.
Yeah. Went to Paris. In London. In London, they have a little train. It's called the Channel Train. Takes you to that English city, Paris. Really beautiful place.
Yeah, that's another country, France.
Yeah.
That's the city in France.
They
Paris.
talk funny there. They have as Steve Martin says, they have a different word for everything.
Yeah, yeah, because it's France. They're speaking French.
Yeah. I had some France in my pants, as they say.
What does that mean?
Well, if you ever go to France, you're going to get France in your pants. You know why? Because when you go there, France is everywhere. It's everywhere.
I guess if in the sense that the air
Yeah.
that is around France
It's
is
French
France,
air. Yeah.
then that goes in your pants.
You get France in your pants.
Then you get France
Yeah.
in your pants. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I recommend everybody. That's a beautiful country, by the way, and friendly people and great food, delicious wine. I recommend everybody go get some France in your pants.
Okay, so are you recommending they go to France, or are you recommending they go to England, the UK?
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
so Europe. You just want people to go to Europe.
Yeah, I want everybody to get out of here. Go to Europe. Yeah, get on out of
That's
here.
what you-
Give me more elbow room. It's getting too crowded in this country.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of space. Have you been to the desert? Have you been to?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the desert. I should go there. You're right. There's a lot of elbow room there.
A lot of elbow room.
Now that I think about it, I got plenty of elbow room to eat just here in this room. I can move my elbows. Check it out.
You're doing fine. You got a lot of space. Actually, homes in Southern California are pretty spacious.
I mean,
especially
not compared to the rest of the country. In the rest of the country, you get yourself a mansion for the price of a tiny condo in LA.
Yeah, but compared to most East Coast cities, LA is doing fine.
It's doing just fine. We're doing
far
fine.
as
We have a
space
comfortable
goes.
home. Yes.
Yeah,
But I interrupted you. You were going to say something really important.
I was, but I thought it'd be funny if I just never finished
Hmm.
saying it. Yeah.
That was funny. All right, now let's try the other way where you actually finish it.
Greg.
Yeah.
Well, was it the Daily Star set up a webcam when Liz Truss took office with a wig, lettuce with a wig, a head of lettuce with a wig, and said that it would last longer than Liz Truss. And it did, arguably, last longer than she did as prime minister.
Did they refrigerate that wigged lettuce? Did they refrigerate it?
No. It looked like apparently it was getting a little brown and wilty. So that's why it's arguable whether it lasted longer. But they're claiming that it did. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you look at any photos of Liz Truss, I mean, she is also brown and wilty. She's really brown and she's really wilty. And that's something that cannot be argued.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I can't argue with that. I can't. I cannot. I'm Googling her right now. I mean, I feel like her complexion is kind of normal for a woman her age. But,
So what's normal to you? Like brown is not normal? Is that what you're saying? You're really offending all of our African American listeners.
I didn't say what brown.
You just said brown people are not normal. That's what you just said.
No.
We all heard it.
I was thinking more about the wilty aspect of what you said.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let it slide this time, but you watch yourself, Benzine.
All right. She's also...
You really put your foot in your mouth a lot in this.
Really,
I don't know if you've noticed that.
She's also Caucasian.
Yeah.
So the color of her face is what you would expect.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right.
Yeah.
Caucasian
that was
is what you said.
You're always putting me on a tightrope.
You just said she's Caucasian, which is weird.
No.
That's like, what is that supposed to mean?
No. That's something you just made up.
Is that like an Asian prostitute? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Caucasian.
You ever heard the word Caucasian? You ever heard?
You just said it again. Caucasian.
No.
What is that? Caulk. Oh, that's how they say it in Jersey. Look at that Caucasian.
You have a problem with awe sounds, like the color that you were trying to say before. What is that?
Mouth.
In the previous episode.
It's just mouth. No, listen. We've already gone over this, and I remember that you played the pronunciation, so I know that now I can correct it. My pronunciation. That when I see the color mauve, that I just go like, oh look, isn't that a beautiful shade?
You're not even finishing the word. You're like cutting it off halfway. It's mauve.
Mauve.
What? Now you're getting high pitched.
Me.
Now it's like you're doing a whiny dog, a whiny little dog sound.
Okay, look. We've already gone over this. I don't want to waste time when we've already figured out that the name of the color is Nav. I don't
Your whole tone changes when you say that word.
Well, it's a different. Every color has its own tone, obviously. So it's natural.
Well, a color has its own visual tone. You don't need to change your audio tone when you say them.
It has a tone that matches it.
What's that? What tone does blue have?
Blue. See, blue. See,
that was a little different.
Yes, it makes you feel nice and blue. See?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do this with all colors?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess you didn't do it with brown earlier. You didn't change.
No, brown is just brown.
Okay.
You know why? Because no one ever goes like, "Oh, my favorite color is brown," except me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, my favorite color was brown.
Weird kid.
I know. What kid says their favorite color is brown? What's that shit all about?
There's nothing wrong with your favorite color being
that kid's an idiot.
What's your favorite color now?
Blue.
Oh, you changed it. Unless you're thinking of a different tone of blue.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of different shades of blue. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The weird thing is, I actually don't even know what color mauve is. I don't even know what it looks like. Is it like a purple? Is it like a pink?
I think it might be like a purple brown. I'm going to look it up right now.
Purple brown.
Sure
you look it up. I have no idea what mauve actually looks like.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's kind of maroon purple. It looks like there's different versions of mauve.
Mauve. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it looks like it's pink and purple and brown.
You look like you're pink and purple and brown. Boom!
Okay.
Boom!
I mean,
got him!
You're just describing, my shirt does have purple.
Mm-hmm.
My face looks kind of pink in this camera. My lips.
Yeah.
Yeah. My hair is brown. Yeah, you're right. That was accurate.
I'm a pretty accurate guy. Yeah. Sometimes I like to be accurate.
I wouldn't describe you as accurate.
As an accurate guy? As an accurate kind of guy?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I really would. I mean, I'm not saying you're always inaccurate. It's just not. It wouldn't be the first words that would come to mind when I was describing you.
I have to brag about something, and I'm actually being serious.
Okay.
When you came.
See, the beauty of you saying I'm actually being serious is sometimes that's true and sometimes it isn't. So I'm always on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
it's good.
As you should be, because this is going to be a rewarding thing to hear.
Okay.
And I am actually being serious.
Okay.
Monkeys? No, no. When you came to visit here with your lovely wife and your lovely daughter, I want to say Samantha and Beatrice. When you came here with them...
Well, if you want to say that, go ahead. Yeah.
They're lovely people. When you came out here to visit me...
Which one is which? Is my wife Beatrice or Samantha?
No one knows for sure. I mean, there's no way to tell. So,
all right.
So when you guys came out here, and by guys, I mean guys and gals.
Yeah.
It's just guys is a short way of saying it. Listen, stop beating around the bush and let's get around to it.
You're the one talking. Okay.
I had to leave, for part of a day to go and shoot a scene on the TV show All American where I played a doctor. And when that aired a couple months later, I looked at myself and I was like, God damn, I look heavy. Like they put me in a collared shirt and it was like sticking up and like I had to like this big second, to me, I just looked really heavy because they say the camera adds 10 pounds. Frankly, I thought it looked like it added like 30 pounds. And I realized that because we had downloaded that app you recommended, that Lose It app, all about calorie counting and keeping track of your weight and stuff.
Genuine product that isn't a sponsor.
It is a genuine product, yes. And they did give us $9 for that mention. So anyway.
Really?
Not really. Maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping. Okay. We'll see. We'll see if I get $9.
All right. It's not how it works. You don't just hope to get paid.
Maybe.
Okay.
There's a thing called The Secret, and I'm using The Secret to try to get $9 right now. So don't mess up my secret.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, I realized I had put my weight in while you were here, and I weighed 194 pounds then. And when the episode aired a while back, I did not like the way I looked, so I have started using that app finally and losing weight, and you'll never guess how many pounds I have lost since you've been here.
20.
Well, now I feel terrible. I haven't lost 20 pounds. I mean, now I feel awful that I have not lost 20 pounds. You've made me feel like an underachiever.
You look like you have, Greg.
Thank you. I've lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
But my plan is to lose 20. I do want to lose another 5.
Yeah.
And then after that, maybe another 20 after that, and then maybe 100.
No.
After that.
No.
No, I'm just saying eventually, like after I die, I want to lose some of that
too
weight.
much. It's not always good to lose weight.
But I'm just saying after I die, I want some more of that weight to come off. I don't want to be one of those. One of those.
I mean, after you die, sure.
I don't want to be one of those heavy corpses with all that extra flesh. I want for it all to be eaten away.
Well, eventually, everyone. That's what happens. It all goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I look forward to that. That's going to be great. I just want to get back to my birth weight. I think I might have to be cremated for that. If you're cremated, do you get back to your birth weight?
I think less, probably even.
Really?
Less than your birth. Yeah.
I wonder how much an average cremated person weighs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're a bunch of dust, so you could easily just disperse and
listen.
Yeah.
You're the one who's really good at Googling. I'm not sure how Google works. So will you go ahead and Google how much an average cremated person weighs? Because I'm sure everyone wants to find out about this. And that's really going to be able to bring this episode home. I mean, everybody's been waiting since the beginning of this episode to find out the answer.
Why did you bring this up about the app, though? Is this why? You just want to know?
I just wanted to toot my own horn, if you will.
Okay. All right.
That I have lost.
Can I brag about something?
Yeah, please.
I'll have to think about it. I don't really have anything.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you have something.
I'm really good at Googling stuff. How much does the average cremation cost is something people actually want to know.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's something that I think a lot of people don't do when they lose a loved one. They don't shop for the best price. They're distraught. Yeah. I mean, let me tell you something. When I lose loved ones, I'm gonna take a few weeks, maybe a few months to shop for the best prices.
Okay.
Maybe wait for Black Friday specials.
Okay.
If I lose somebody, say in February, I'll just hang on to them until right after Thanksgiving. See if I can get that Black Friday special.
I mean, that is just sensible. Okay, so the weight of the average size adult usually weighs between 4 to 8 pounds of cremated remains.
That is the size of a baby, like 7-8 pounds. I mean, it's that's about. I think average size of baby is probably 6 to 8 pounds, something like that, right? 7-8 pounds.
Yeah, so that's the closest we can get to traveling backwards in time.
You get
back. We're full circle.
My God, full circle. Back to your birth weight. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. Boy, did we learn a lot about lettuce today. My name is Greg Benson.
We did learn some, which is a lot for our standards. Yeah.
Remind them of your name, because they probably forgot.
I'm talking about lettuce.
I'm Greg Benson.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. And we love
Thank you.
And I mean it. We love you guys.
Well, okay, stop.
We really love you.
Before you say anything you regret, stop recording now.
I love you so much.
Stop it. No!